1 minute. I got, my computer says it is exactly 1 minute after. So that's okay. We're good. Good evening. This is the fourth class of Introduction to New Testament Greek. We are continuing our study of Greek to the best of our ability. Last week, as I was going over my notes, as well as looking at everybody and listening to everybody talk the other day, it seems like there is definitely this deer in the headlights look about a lot of this. And so what I'm going to do tonight is kind of do a review of lesson 3 and lesson 4. And we're going to go through it very slowly until everybody at least has this look, oh, I'm getting it now. And I'm hoping that by doing that, if we take this another night very slowly, then hopefully by that stage of the game, we'll be able to understand it more and go at it from that viewpoint. So that's what my goal is. Before we begin, let's pray. Thank you again, Father, for the day and for the blessings you give us. Be with me as I strive to teach this class. Help me, Lord, to make it interesting, informative, but above all, Lord, help us to seek your glory and your honor. Bless us now in the school here. Bless us in all we're trying to do. Keep us in your care in everything we say and do, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so what we're going to work on, as I said, is lesson 3 as well as lesson 4. And we're just going to start kind of at the beginning, and we're going to work through the workbook, okay? We're going to work through the workbook as well as through the other. Now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but in the workbook, in the very same, if you look in the book on the page 13, you have, for example, how you translate these different words. In the book on lesson 4, you actually have to translate sentences beginning on page 19 and going through page 20. Well, you actually do every bit of that in this workbook, okay? So it's not like you got to do it in 2 separate places. But again, what they try to do in this workbook is to emphasize how and why we're doing what we're doing. So in page 9 of the workbook, verbs, present, active, indicative. So let's take a few moments and kind of go back through that again. Greek verbs, by the way, next week, I'm going to give a test on the words that we've learned so far. Somewhere down the line, I have to grade you on something. So the vocabulary is important, but also your classroom participation is important. So starting next week, you will be seeing these words on tests. So you'll come in here in the first 5 minutes or so, you'll just jump right through there and write it down what it means and go in your merry way, okay? No big deal. All right, 3.2.1, Greek verbs, like verbs of the other language, have what? Very good, very, very good. All right, what is the lexical form of a verb? What is the lexical form of the verb? Hello, Chuck. Good to see you, brother. Can you hear me okay? Chuck, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now.
Good. I love that part. I love that part. Oh, that guy's made millions doing that one, right? I can hear you now. Can you hear me now? Right. All right. So tonight what we're doing, Chuck and Justin, we're going over lesson 3 again and going on back over into lesson 4 because, again, we had so many deer in the headlight looks. So we're all righty. So what form is the lexical form of a verb?
The original state, the way it would be in a dictionary.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Where it's presented in the vocabulary form and in the lexicon, and a lexicon is just another word for the dictionary, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, the 6 components of the verb. What is identified or defined in English as the quality of the verb that has to do with time? The tense. But in the Greek, there's 2 characteristics. Not only the time of the action, but also the what?
Kind of action.
The kind of the action, the manner of the action, okay? So you would have a simple sentence like Sophia sings, all right? That simply means she's singing, okay? And it's more of the idea that's happening right now, right? But then if I say Sophia is singing, then it suggests what? the continuous action. She's doing it continually rather than just doing it once. Right now in the present, she's continuing that action. How would I show that difference in English? I would say Sophia sings, present tense, just for the tense. But if I was saying she's continuing it, then I would say she is singing. She's continuing to sing. So again, thinking about that in that respect, that's going to help us. There's three possibilities to the time of the action. What are they?
Past, present, future.
Past, present, future. As to the kind of the action, there are three possibilities. What are they?
Progressive, undefined, or perfected.
Undefined, and perfected. Now, let's notice the kind of action. Perfected action describes the action as having been completed with the result of the action continuing. So, the action has been completed, but the results continue on. So, Sophia is singing and the crowd applauds. Okay, so now perfected action would suggest the idea that because of her song, everybody is then applauding. So that would actually be perfected action, right? You see, she was doing it. Now, what's the result? The crowd is applauding. All right. So if I'm saying just Sophia is singing, that it could be present tense two ways in the continuation of it, or she is singing, suggests the idea she's continuing to sing. But then we would say, as I said, at the end of it, at the end of Sophia's song, the crowd applauded. So again, you have that idea of the perfected action, and that's the result of it. Undefined action is always expressed by the aorist tense. And the aorist tense, we define it a lot of times simply as the past tense. But the aorist tense says, boom, it happened, and that's all there was to it. Sophia sang. That's how we would actually translate it, past tense, right? And also in the Greek, it suggests the idea that she just sang once. She didn't sing anything else. You don't know anything else about it other than she sang. And then the progressive action implies a continuation of action. Many times as you're listening to preachers preach, they will talk about how the present tense is used in this particular sentence. And what does that suggest? It continues. One great example is 1 John 1 verse 7. If we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another, and the blood of Jesus cleanses us from all sins. Now that's what the verse says. In the Greek, the word cleanses is in the present tense, meaning what? It's not just a time of action where he saved us at the moment of baptism, but that suggests the action continues if we do what? We walk in the light. So that is a key, especially when we're talking about it in the Greek, and that's a very important idea to look at, because I've met some Christians, talked a lot about it this last Sunday, some Christians today that are just not sure if they're saved or not. Well, 1 John 1 verse 7 says you are if you're continuing to walk in the light. So it's an interesting idea that we really need to stress, because there's a lot of Christians that are wandering around wondering if they're going to make it or not. I've met a lot of them. I've been one of them. Okay, so we've got to take it into consideration. What is the quality of verbs which indicates the relationship of the subject to the action?
Voice.
The voice. So you have three of them in the Greek. It's active voice. What does that mean? Huh? Justin, did you say something?
Subjects doing the action.
The subject's doing the action. Thank you, Justin. That's good. That's very, very good. That's right. The active voice, the passive voice means what? Then the subject is being acted upon. Right? The subject is being acted upon. He's the recipient of the action. So he is being loosed. He is being loosed. So he's not actually loosing himself. He is being loosed by somebody. Mm-hmm. And then the middle voice suggests the action returning to the subject. All right? What does the mood of the verb reveal? Whether the action is real or potential. And what we're studying right now, and you don't need to really worry about it that much, but really what we're studying now is the indicative voice or mood, which simply means an assertion of fact, a presentation of fact. That's all there is to it. Now, I did give you the others later, but we'll look at them later. All righty? The indicative mood is that mood which confirms the reality of the action from the perspective of the speaker.
What's going on?
Yes. Hello? Okay. All righty. All right. The subjunctive, optative, and imperative mood are three potential moods. And again, these potential moods simply means the subjunctive mood seems like there's uncertain but probable that something's going to happen. That the speaker portrays an action as possible but not probable. And then it's more the ideal of a command. All right. What is the quality of verbs that indicates whether the subject is singular or plural?
Person.
No, I skipped that one. I did that on purpose. It's number. It's number. If they're singular or plural, it's number. Okay. I skipped that. You got to stay on top of it here.
Can you hear me, Tommy?
Huh? Do what? Person is the quality of the verbs, whether I see, you see, or he, she, or it sees, or we see, or they see. Okay, that's the person. And then the number is the singular or plural. In the Greek, no subject pronoun is needed because this is included in the inflected or the personal ending of the verb. So again, we'll see that a little bit more a little bit later on. As I mentioned last week, the pronouns will be used to emphasize that if it's need be. And we also spent a little bit of time talking about the accent of the verbs. The accent of the verbs is always recessive, meaning that the accent will move as close to the beginning of the word as possible. So if the ultima has a short syllable, the antepenult, which was the third syllable from the end of the word, will be accent. If the ultima is long, then the penult will be accented. And then what is an infinitive and what is an infinitive?
Part verb, part noun.
Part verb, part noun. What does that mean? Wow, what are you talking about? Tense and voice acts like a verb, but it can function in the sentence as a noun. So that's it. Now, the verb stem, what is that?
The constant part of the word of the verb.
Right.
Where you add.
Very good. Very good.
Indicate.
Right. So you would drop, like in luo, you would drop the final omega.
Mm-hmm.
Your stem would be lambda upsilon, right? And then you would add these personal endings. Now the personal endings, the omicron always go before the letter mu or nu, and the epsilon will always go with these other endings. So the easiest way to remember this is luo, lues, lue, lumen, luete, luusi. Dirasko, diraskes, diraske, diraskumen, diraskede, diraskusi. Okay? Now, one of the things that the workbook instructor encourages, and I do as well, is when you hit a verb, like these verbs that we found on page there, gnosko, write them all out in every form. Gnosko, gnoskes, gnoske, gnoskumen, gnoskete. Now, the more you do that, the more you're going to get it in your mind. When you're writing it out, it's kind of what I do with my sermons. I don't know how everybody does their sermons, but my sermons, I will read through commentaries, I'll write down my notes, I'll write down everything like that. Then I turn around and type it. Then I have to set it all up in a PowerPoint presentation. By that time, it's kind of stuck in my head, which is what I hope that needs to happen. Everybody's got different ways of doing this, but that's the way I do it. So the more you read it and the more you say it and the more you actually write it out, the more it's going to stick, okay? I just want to continue to encourage you to do that, all right? So that's what he says down at the bottom of page 10. Conjugate the verbs of lesson 2 and 3 in their present active indicative forms in a separate notebook. So, all righty. The present tense indicates linear or progressive action at the present time. And there's no distinction between the second person singular and the second person plural in modern English. We would always translate that you. The sentence will tell us if it's singular or plural, okay? Again, I mentioned the fact that in the King James Version, they translated thee and thou, and that's how they would differentiate between the singular and the plural of it. So that's what you're going there. All right. So the exercises. Movable nu is usually frequently added to the third singular and plural verbs that are followed by words beginning with a vowel or a diphthong, or at the end of a sentence. So just keep that in mind. You'll see that a lot. All right, what is the first word there?
Age. In the exercises?
Yeah. Okay, let's explain the movable nu. All right. It's added to the third singular and plural verbs that are followed by words beginning with a vowel. So, if you've got luo or luusi, and the next word begins with a vowel, luusi, anthro, pus. Okay? Now, the reason I'm writing that way is there's a reason here. So you have luusi, all right, anthropus, all right? Excuse me, it's anthropus, so the set, that's it. Now, what is this? They who? All right? This is the object of the sentence. So you have they, loose, men. And that's that sentence. Now notice this word starts with a vowel, so you would actually add the nu in there. Okay? You would end the sentence if the verb is at the end of the sentence. You would end it. If there's a period there, you would end it and put the nu in there. They do that again for the flow of the language. Luusin, instead of luusi anthropos, it's luusin. Doesn't that sound easier? Luusin anthropos? Anthropos. See, anthropos. So understand that that's why they do it. When these words end here and start with another vowel or a diphthong. So if you have AI, or if you have, as I said, the period, that's where that will usually come into play. Okay?
Okay.
Huh? Okay. All right. So, number one, did that help? Did that help?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. All right, translate the following verbs from Greek to English. The first word is,
Okay.
let's say it together, age. Age. And what does that mean? He, she, or it leaves. Now, whenever we get this a little bit more, we'll be able to find out whether it is a he or a she, whatever's leading. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Akue. Akue, say it.
Akue.
Akue. What does that mean?
He, she, it hears.
He, she, or it hears. Very good. Blepe. Blepe. Very good. He, she, or it what?
Sees.
Sees. Very good. Heke.
Okay.
Heke. Right. He, she, or it what?
Has.
Has. Okay. Now, what's the stem of each of these verbs? Ago or og, aku, blep, and ek. You have that right?
Mm-hmm.
I got that. Good, good, good. We're making hundreds here, right? You're doing good on all of that. Good, good, good. What does the epsilon iota ending reveal about the subject of these verbs?
Third person singular.
Right. Third person singular, but they're also a specific person or thing, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's third person singular, and these people are acting in some way. He is acting in some way. She is acting in some way. It is acting in some way. All right? So we understand that, and that's what we understand. They're acting in some way, and they're a specific person or a specific thing doing that. All righty? Does that make sense? All right. Is everybody with me on that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, number two. Ageirumen.
Ageirumen.
Ageirumen. What does that mean?
We rise up.
We rise up, or we raise up, we arouse, or we awaken. Okay? And it depends on the context exactly what's going to be brought out there. So, we, right? Say the next word. Genoskomen.
Genoskomen.
Genoskomen. We what?
No.
We know. We know. Right. Graphomen.
Right.
Graphomen. Right.
Okay.
We what?
We write.
We write. We write. Grapho is right. Graphology. Okay, so that's it. So use whatever means you have to get these words in your mind. A lot of times when I think of grapho, I think of graphs, and you're usually writing in graphs somehow or another. Okay, whatever it takes, get it in there. All right, Lambanomen.
Lambanomen.
Lambanomen. What does that mean? We take or we receive. Now, again, the context of the sentence would make the difference as to how you would translate that in that respect. All right. Number 2A, what is the function of the omicron in these verbs?
First person. First person singular? No, first person.
Well, it's going to be first person plural.
Yeah, plural.
Every one of these situations is going to be plural, but the omicron is the variable vowel that is shortened from the omega and placed before the mu or the nu. Okay, so you have egeromen, genoskomen, but as I said earlier, sometimes it's just easier to go luo, lues, lue, luomen, genosko, genoskes, genoske, genoskomen, genoskete, genoskusi. Okay, all righty. Why are these verbs accented on the antepenult? Because
The accent always wants to go, it's recessive.
right, as far back as it can on a verb.
Right.
In a noun, it's always going to try to stay in the nominative case. Last week we spent a little bit of time talking about that. That's the reason why, again, I wanted to go through this. All right. Number 3, page 12. Blepusen.
Blepusen.
Blepusen. All right, let's identify that real quick. What is this? Huh?
What do you mean?
Okay, C. So we know what the lexical form is. What is the lexical form of it? How would you write the lexical form? It would
Blepu.
blepo.
Blepo. Okay, yeah.
Blepo. Okay, very good. So what tense does it have?
Present.
Huh?
Third
Oh,
person.
the tense. The tense.
Present tense. It's present tense, right?
It'd be present tense.
Yes.
Okay. What voice?
A third
Huh?
person.
No. What voice? Not what number. What voice? Is it going to be active, middle, passive?
Active.
Active. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to have present, active. What mood is it? You're only learned one up till now, so this is pretty simple here. Okay. You've only learned one. What is the mood? It just simply tells you the fact of it happening. So the mood is going to be indicative.
Okay.
Present, active, indicative. Present, active, indicative. Present, active, indicative.
Okay.
How will you be able to tell that with all the other verbs? By the endings and by the way they're written.
Okay.
That's the way it's going to be through every verb. So you would have the word blepusen. You would have it in present, active, indicative form. You would have it in imperfect form. You would have it in an aorist form. You will have it in a subjunctive form. You will have it in an optative form. But the way the word is spelled in every one of those situations will tell you what the mood is in every situation. Okay? All righty. What part of speech is blepusen?
Verb.
Verb. Very good. Very good. We hadn't even got into adjectives and adverbs and all that other stuff yet. We're just dealing with verbs on chapter 3. Chapter 4 deals with what? Some of the nouns. Now what person is it?
Third person.
That's right. Third person. Singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. Right. And the
The,
lexical form of blepusen would be what? You said it a moment ago, Veronica. Come on. Blepo. Very good. That's right. So what's the stem of the word?
blep.
Blep. Blep. And the ending?
Usin.
Usin or usin. Yeah, in this particular case, it'd be usin. Okay. An omicron, upsilon, sigma, iota. All right. What is the connecting vowel?
The
Omicron.
Omicron.
Omicron. I know. I understand. I understand perfectly. Okay. So no. Okay. And then, what is the subject? It would be what? I, you, he, she, or it, or they. They or we.
They.
Just put a we in there. Okay. All right. So now we have, in essence, translated, dissected, and parsed this entire word. All right. That's what we're talking about. All right. The next word is lambanusen. Lambanusen. What is that? Translation.
They take.
They take or they receive depending on the context. Legusin. Say it. Legusin.
Legusin.
Legusin. They what? They speak or they say. Pimpusin.
They send.
They send. Or, again, if you want to get more detailed, they're dispatched on a mission.
Ah.
Okay? They're dispatched on a mission. And again, you will see this. So, okay. How can you distinguish the connecting vowel of these verbs from the present active ending? Well, they have contracted with an omega and they form the ending. So the omicron is added. Hence, the blepo is what it used to be. Then the omicron is added, contracted to omega. So that's how you do that. All right. I'm not going to worry so much if you get that. All right. Just try to understand. What they're trying to do is help you to understand how it all happens. All right. What does the usin ending reveal about the subject of these verbs?
It's third person plural.
Right, which means it's more than one person. It's a group of people. It's not just one person. It's they that are doing this. All right, let's look at pheres. Say it. Pheres.
Pheres.
Ferete.
Ferete.
Right. Agumen.
Agumen.
And akuusin.
Akuusin.
Akuusin. There you go. All right, let's look at pheres and ferete. You have pheres. How you translate that?
You
bear or bring. Okay, that's good. You bear or bring. Ferete, how would you translate that? You bear or bring. What's the difference?
You all.
One is singular and the other is plural. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Again, always remember that the subject pronoun is included in the ending. And the ending always emphasizes the difference between you singular and you plural. And that's part of the reason why they threw that in there. You bear or bring. It's translated both the same way, but in a particular sentence, you would then be able to tell you plural as opposed to you singular, and you would be able to figure that out. Okay? Aguamin means what?
We leave.
We lead.
Leave. Leave or lead?
Lead. L-E-A-D. We lead. Ago is I lead. Okay? All right. And akuusin is what? They. They here, third person plural, so it'll be they. Okay? All righty. Now, what is the stem of those four verbs? Theres, therete, agomen, and akuusin. What is the stem of theres or pheres?
Fair.
Fair, okay. The stem of agomen?
Ag.
Ag. And the stem of akuusin?
Ku.
Aku. Aku. All righty? All right. Everybody getting this now? Is it making it clearer, slowly but surely? All right, good deal. I know I was going pretty quick last time, so I'm taking my time tonight. All right, let's say the next words. Graphe.
Graphe.
Graphe. Genoske.
Genoske.
Didaskusin.
Didaskusin.
Didaskusin, right. Leges.
Leges.
And thelete.
Thelete.
Right. What is graphe?
You write.
Really?
You write? Graphe?
Graphe.
Oh, I'm sorry, graphe.
It's graphe. It's not graphe. It's graphe. So he, she, or it.
He or it writes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That the ending, that sigma, you drop it off, it makes a whole world of difference, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. Look at that. Genoske. How would you translate that?
It knows.
It knows.
He or it knows. Okay. Very good. Didaskusin. How would you translate that?
Trying to remember Didasko.
Didasko is teach.
Teach. That's right.
Right?
They teach.
They teach.
They teach or they are teaching. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. All right. Leges. Am I going too fast?
Nope. He, she, it speaks.
Leges is You, singular, say.
I got to get this over here. Thank you.
You got to get that sigma, right?
Yeah.
That sigma will mess you up, so be careful about that. It's you say, and here it's going to be you singular, okay? You say. Thelate. Huh? You are willing or wishing, or you will or you wish, singular, plural.
Yes. Plural.
Plural. That's right. Very good. Very, very good. All right. All right. Just keep on. Don't get discouraged, brethren. Okay. I've been through this myself, so I understand your frustration. So don't. Okay. Compare and contrast gnoske and didaskusen. The main thing I want you to know here, and my answer on this one is, they have an ending that suggests what pronoun is the subject. So the epsilon iota means he, she, or it, singular, okay? The usin suggests they, plural, okay? So the ending is always going to tell us whether it's singular or plural and how you would translate it, all righty? So, on page 13, why is gnoske the correct accent and gnoske not the correct accent? Again, the epsilon iota is long, so the acute will only go back to the penult, which is gnoske, okay? So that's the reason why the accent is on the omega, all righty? Does that make sense? I knew that. We always struggle with those accents. I told you I struggled with them. Okay, here it is. The epsilon iota is a diphthong, and it's always long, all right? So the ending of it is always long. So because it's always long, now a verb will always try to have the accent go back as far as it can. But because it's long, the acute accent will only go back to the penult. So how do you define, or how do you break up gnoske? Syllables is gen, os, ske. Right? So, because it's a verb, it's going to try to get back here to what we call the antepenult. This is the penult, and this is the ultimate. So it's always going to try to get back here as far as it can. All right? But it can in this case because the epsilon iota is long. So the acute is still there. That's still there. Now again, why do we emphasize that? We emphasize it as we're learning a new language because you speak it, and again, it really does make a difference whenever you're reading out a long sentence. You will see that. When we think about accent, we think about where we're putting the emphasis on the word or something like that. That's true, but again, it also kind of, and especially some of these other languages, kind of sing song to them. So the words will sing along. You kind of sing with them, all right? And where you put the accent is how it makes the difference. Okay? So now 3-4B. Everybody should have these answered, hopefully. Hopefully we'll get it all figured out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here we have gnoskes. What part of speech? Verb. Very good. The stem?
Gnosk.
Gnosk. Very good. Tense? Present tense. Person?
Second.
Very good. Ending?
Ace.
Ace. Epsilon, iota, sigma. Very good. What voice?
Active.
Active voice. Number?
Second.
Singular or plural? Singular or plural? It'll always be singular or plural, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Connecting vowel is what?
The epsilon.
The epsilon. Very good. What mood is it?
Indicative.
Indicative. What's the lexical form? In its purest point. Gnosko. Very good. And the subject is what?
You.
You, singular or plural?
Plural. No, singular. Singular.
Singular. Okay. We're going to get this, all right? There you go. It's singular. Very good. All right, let's take the next word, echoman. Echoman. All right? Part of speech?
Verb.
Verb. Stem?
Ek.
Ek. Very good. All right. Tense, voice, and mood.
Present,
Present active indicative.
active, indicative.
Present active indicative. Very good. First, second, third person.
First.
First person. Very good. Singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. Very good. Lexical form would be
Echo.
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 So the ending is omicron, mu, epsilon, nu.
Mm-hmm.
The connecting vowel is the what?
Omicron.
Omicron. Why? Because it goes before a mu. All right. And the subject is what?
We.
We. Very good. Very good. Now, we're doing this together. Who wants to take number 3 and just take it all the way through it? Volunteers.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate
I'll do
that.
what I can. I'll
All
try.
right, that's all I'm asking, okay?
I'll try.
That's all I'm asking. All right. Say the word and then go through every part of it.
Agusin, part of speech is verb.
Mhm.
The stem is agu. I'm sorry, I have that on the wrong place.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The tense is, of course, present. Tense is present, voice is active, and mood is indicative.
Very good.
Third person,
Okay.
plural. Lexical form is ago.
Okay.
The ending is usin, which is omicron, upsilon, sigma, iota, nu.
Okay.
Connecting
Again,
vowel.
nu may not always be in every word.
Right,
It's
right.
followed by another word. So,
Nu.
okay. All right. That's good.
Connecting vowel is the omicron, and the subject is they.
Very good. Very good. All right. Who's going to take the next one?
I'll do it.
Thank you, Justin.
Pay. It's a verb.
Okay.
The temp. Pay. Temp. It's present active indicative. It's third person singular. The ending is epsilon iota.
Okay.
Connecting vowels epsilon.
Okay.
Lexical form would be pimpo.
Right.
And its subject is he, she, or it.
Very, very good. You guys have got this now. You guys have got this now. That's that. That's it. You're getting it. You're getting it. All right. Who in this class is going to do it this tonight? The next one, number 5. Come on, Veronica. You're doing it. So let's go. Okay. You got it? Let's go. Okay. How do you say it? Let's say it together. Egere. 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 Okay. All right. All right. Okay. What part of speech is it? Why? Because that's all we've studied up to lesson 3, right? So that's kind of a given right there. Okay. What's the stem?
Everything except for the last 2.
Everything except for what?
The last 2.
Right. So it'd be eger, epsilon, gamma, epsilon, iota, rho. Okay. All right. What tense, voice, and mood?
The present and the present active. It's the third singular and the ending is epsilon iota.
Very good. What mood is it? Mood is just simply states it's indicative. We've only learned one mood so far, so that's it. But that's okay. That's okay. What's the lexical form?
That's the stem of the stem, right?
That's the one that's in its purest form. So to be ager, and then you add the what to it? The omega. So how do you say it? Agero. 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 There you go. Now what's the subject? If it's third person singular, what's the subject?
She.
Huh?
Well, she, he, it.
There you go. Very good. How would I know in a sentence? By the other words around it. Okay. And again, we're going to talk more about feminine and masculine and neuter nouns in the next couple of passages. Okay, you did very good. You did very good. I'm proud of you. All right, Seth, your wife did it. Now let's see you jump on it, brother.
That's Aquaman.
Okay, what now? A coolman. A coolman. Okay, you got a ooh, oh. Okay, but that's okay. A coolman. All right, go ahead.
Okay, part of speech is a verb.
Right.
The stem is
A coo, right?
The tense mood is present active indicative.
Very good.
Person. Person's plural. Okay.
All right. What person is it? First, second, and third person.
That's
It is first person. First person what? Singular or plural?
it is yeah.
Very good. First person plural. The ending would be?
Omen.
All right. Omicron, mu, epsilon, nu. What's the connecting vowel? Omicron. Very good. Lexical form is what? Akuo. And so the subject is what? First person would be we plural. There you go. And this word, if you translate it, means what? We what? Very, very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Everybody's doing a great job on this. All right. Misty, you've missed a couple of classes. Do you want to try one? Listen to that. Listen to that laugh. Come on. We'll work our way through it. Okay. Let's say it together. Ekate. Very good. What's the part of speech?
I'm going to guess a verb.
Right. That's all we've done. That's all we've done so far. Okay. What is the stem of the word? Ek. Ek. Right. Okay. All right. The present voice or tense voice and mood.
Present, active,
Very-
indicative. I'm going to guess all of that.
That's right. And again, mainly, as I said last time, this is all you've studied so far, so that's true. Later on, we'll be more picky about that. But yeah, okay. All righty. All right, what person is it?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to guess first.
Okay. Now, look on page 12 of your book. Your book. All right. Notice the present active indicative. You have luo, lues, lue, luamen, luete, luusi. So you have the singular on the left side. You have the plural on the right. So as we look at that word and compare it, so it's right. It's going to be plural, right? Second person plural. Second person plural. Very good. Very good. The ending is what? Ite. Very, very good. Very good. What's the lexical form of the word? Ek. Ek.
Echo.
Echo. There you go. Echo. Echo. What is the connecting vowel?
Epsilon.
Epsilon. Very good. And the subject is, so if it's second person plural, you would translate what? Use your book. I don't care. It'd be you plural.
You plural.
You plural. Okay. So you would actually translate this you what? Echo is I have. So it'd be you have. You plural have. Right. So it'd be a bunch of people have. You as a whole. Okay. Let me put it this way. You as a class have your workbooks and books. So that's how you would, that's how you'd understand that. All right. Let's do the last couple. I'll do them real quick. Okay. Therusin. Say it.
Therusin.
Therusin. Part of speech is a verb. The stem is fair, okay? Present active indicative, tense, voice, and mood. All right, y'all writing this down? If you hadn't got it written down already, I'm just trying to encourage you, okay? It's present active indicative. Third person plural. Third person plural. The lexical form is pharaoh. Pharaoh. I don't know about you, but I always think about Pharaoh, the Pharaoh. Okay, I don't know why I do that. So it's I bear, I bring. All right, the ending is omicron, upsilon, sigma, iota, nu. All right, connecting vowel is the omega, and the subject is they. That means they bear or they bring. Luke chapter 2, whenever the Magi brought Jesus the gifts, they brought. So here's be the word, therusin. They brought the gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay. All righty. Next word is akuo. Boy, that's simple. Part of speech is a verb. The stem is aku. Present active indicative. First person singular. Lexical form is akuo. The ending is an omega. The connecting vowel is an o, and the subject is what? I. I what? I what? What is akuo? I hear. And again, always remember akuo. Remember the word acoustics. Always remember the word acoustics, and that'll help you get that one. The last one is didaskes. Didaskes. Say it.
Didaskes.
Didaskes, right. Verb. The stem is didask. Delta, iota, delta, alpha, sigma, kappa. Present active indicative. Second person singular. How do I know it's not the third person singular? The iota, sigma, the sigma at the end of it, right? So I know it's second person singular. The ending is epsilon, iota, sigma. The connecting vowel is epsilon. So here it is, the subject is you, singular. You what? What does the word didasko mean?
Teach.
Teach. You teach. You singular teach. Okay? All righty. Let's go over to the next page. All right, where are we in time? How are we doing in time? Is everybody getting it now? Is it becoming more and more clear as we go on?
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay. All right. All right. That's what I'm hoping for, because that's what I want more than anything else. I don't want to go so fast that we miss what's going on. All right. Now the nouns of the second declension. All right. The first word that we've emphasized here is the word kai. In your workbook or in your book, the word kai. That is the conjunction. Depending on the context, it means and, also, or even. And, also, or even. Okay? Just simply know that kai is a connecting word used to join what? What do we use and for? We're joining two clauses together, two subjects together, two verbs together, two predicates together. We're that's all it is. So kai is one of the key words to know. It always means and, or but, or even, or also, depending on the context. Okay? All right. What is a convenient way of grouping nouns according to their endings?
declension.
That's the declension. That's the declension. So you'll have the masculine, the feminine, and the neuter declension. All right? There are three declensions in the Greek language. Inflection is the change in form of a word by the addition of suffixes or prefixes to the stem in order to show its relation to other words. So, like the verb, the nouns are going to change, the endings are going to change. And how the endings change are going to make a difference how the word is used, okay? The largest number of nouns in Greek are nouns of what? Huh?
Okay.
The nouns of the second declension. You have the first declension, which is called usually the feminine declension. You have the second declension, which is called the omicron declension, which is masculine nouns. And then you have the neuter nouns, all right? So it's usually the largest number of nouns in the Greek are nouns of the second declension. Now, this kind of gets a little bit confusing, and especially next week when we really get into after we do the review, when we really get into the first declension nouns, we're going to see that there's some masculine nouns of the first declension. And their endings are going to be totally different than they would normally. And most of the time that's going to blow our minds, but don't worry about that right now. all right? Nor am I giving you anything to worry about next week, okay? We're going to figure it out, all right? All right. All right. The second declension contains mostly what kind of nouns?
Masculine and neuter.
Masculine and neuter nouns. And what is the predominant vowel?
Oh,
The omicron. The omicron, right. In the Greek, the definite article, which corresponds to the English the, is declined as is the noun. So, here's how. And by the way, if you learn this declension, it gets very easy to figure out the rest of this. All right, so you're actually going to decline a noun or the article like you would anything else. So you would, here's the declension. Ho, hey, to. This is masculine, this is feminine, and this is neuter.
Okay.
Okay? Ho, hey, to. All right? Might want to write this down. Now, this is the nominative form, the genitive, the dative, the accusative, and the vocative. Okay? Now, in the Greek, you're not going to have a vocative article. All right? So we're not going to worry about that right now. Ho, hey, to, taste, to, te, to, tone, tain, tone. All right? All right, so that's how it's done. Now, in essence, what we've done here is we've declined the article. And the article is simply this. So, ho, hey, to, taste, to, te, to, tone, tain, to. Now, that's singular. That's the singular part, okay? All right. Now, this is all singular. All right, plural. You got again nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. All right? Ho, hey, to, taste, to, te, to, tone, tain, to. All right, now. Okay. Oi, I, ta. Tone, tone, tone. You getting lost now? Okay. Oi, I, ta. Tone, tone, tone. Tois, ties. Toys, twos, tays, twos. All right, so now you know that all of that is the word the. Okay. But the way it would be different is depending on the declension of the noun. So if you have anthropos, you would use this one. But if you're using the words in a sentence, that's it. Now, it's important to kind of remember this. If you learn this, if you can learn this, then you pretty well are going to have the endings of the nouns all the way through there. Okay? The masculine, the feminine, and the neuter nouns. Notice as we kind of go through this, you have the neuter noun and the masculine noun is going to be pretty well the same, right? Right? All right? That's supposed to be tone, tain, tone. Okay? Boy, I, ta, tone, tone, tone. Here in the genitive, in the plural, all of them are going to be that. And we'll talk about the plural or the genitive a little bit more next week. Tois, ties, tois. This is the dative, also the locative and the instrumental. And then the accusative, tus, tes, tus. All right? So.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
I can't see the very the ablative sense. The plural. Just out. There we go.
There you go. Can you see it now?
I can. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Can you see it now? So if you learn this, if you get this in your head, if you really get this in your head, it's going to help you to know the endings and what form they're found in and how you start translating it, okay? The more you get to know this stuff, and again, how do you do this? It's just like as always, you know, you just got to go through it over and 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 over again. All right? All right, remember right here when I got to the plural, I kind of had to stop and think for a minute, but again, oi, I, ta, tone, 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 tois, ties, tois, tus, tais, tus. Okay? So you get that ending. You take a picture of it. You memorize that. That's going to help you in translating these words later on. I promise you. Okay? Have I blown everybody's mind again?
Mm-mm.
Huh?
Nope.
Okay. Good. Good. Everybody's good on that. All right? Got a question, Veronica? This is the second declension, but it's also here. The first declension is going to be like this. Excuse me. The second declension is going to be like this. This is going to be the feminine declension, and that's probably the first declension. This is the second, and this is going to be the second. And then you're going to find, but that's way on down the line, you're going to find some third declension nouns. Okay. Usually, most of the masculine and the neuter nouns are in the second declension. The first declension is this, okay? Because in that book, it's not matching because, again, notice, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay? These are first off, these are the articles. So they're not always going to match, all right? But a lot of them are. Like to, genitive, okay, is going to match the nouns. It's genitive and ablative there in the second declension if you're looking on that page 15. So those are going to match, all right? The O, omega iota and the eta iota and the omega iota. Okay, that's the subscripts. Remember that? So these are going to pretty well go all the way through there. All right. On, us, on, ah. Okay. All right. So tois, ties, tois, tus, tais, tus. Okay. So they do match. They do match, but you just have to look for them in a certain way. Okay. They're matching. All righty. And I know they're going to match because whenever you're writing the words, you will always be given the word and the article behind it so you can tell if it is a feminine or a masculine noun. Okay? You will always know that. All right? So they're going to match all the way down through here. The endings are always going to match. All right? Okay? Take my word for it. They'll match. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. All right. Questions or comments? It is 8:30. We're going to pick up here again next week. I hope that by going through this slowly as we have, you've kind of got the idea of the verbs a lot better now. Now we'll go through the nouns of the second declension. Next week, we will go through all of chapter 4, answer all those questions in the workbook, okay? All of them. Hint, hint. All of them. Be prepared for all the words through chapter 4 in a test, okay? Be prepared for all those words in a test. And then when we actually start lesson 5 next week, we're actually going to get into the nouns of the first declension. And again, we're going to see the differences in all that. All righty? Comments, questions, thoughts? Feel better now?
Yes.
Good, good, good. I know we went through a lot last week, and I was trying to explain it, and I kept getting this feeling that everybody was saying, and I don't want you to miss this point because this is where you found the foundation. All right? So we'll pick up there next week. All righty? Thank you. Any other questions or comments?